Well, today am out on the front porch, and it's about 8:30 in the morning, and I can be out here without my gloves on, so it's kind of nice. Warm up in Montana from minus 20 or some. My neighbor told me it's 30, but now it must be 20 above or 25. So it didn't even hardly freeze last night. So that's real nice for the animals and for my waterers and everything. So I it's I kind of struggle with this whole thing of doing these videos and wondering why I should do them or if I shouldn't or not. But Tammy read me something that somebody sent that they appreciated them, so I guess somebody wants to hear what somebody has to say. And I guess I've got a lot of experience from traveling the country a lot and being around old timers, so I guess I'll share them with you. I watch some things on YouTube, and there's a couple of fellows I watch, and I get a big kick out of them. I learn a lot from them and enjoy it, but they're kind of full of it. And one fellow in particular, I've known him for a long time, and he's not that great of a horseman. I mean, he has good ideas, but his horses just aren't that good if you're really around them. But anyway, he's given lots of good ideas, and a lot of people get good from him, so I guess that's a good thing. I wish he wouldn't be so critical on people. And then another fellow I've been watching, he's a real character, and I watch his horsemanship, and he has no feel really, but has some good ideas, and he always has really good life lessons. So all these things are good. I guess it's up to you to watch them or not. The thing that I've been hearing about nonstop is this whole COVID thing, and vaccinate or not vaccinate or whatever. And so I've been thinking about that a lot. And they always say don't anamorphize, or I don't know what you call that, where you put human thoughts on animals. And I'm not sure you should humanomorphinize either, but I don't know if that's a word, but I just made it up. But that's putting human thoughts, animals to create human thoughts. And a year or so ago, I was at a feed yard in Nebraska, and after I got done working, I ran around with the feed yard manager. He's a real smart guy. And I watch a lot and I've studied a lot of grazing and natural stuff and grass-fed, and then I've been around the feedlot industry so much, and there's kind of this clash between how to do things and not do things. And look, the world can use everything, and everybody has a place and a purpose as long as they're doing the right thing. But the thing that he told me out there in that yard, and there's is probably a 50,000 head yard, he said, you've got to admit or realize when you put this many animals in one place with all this congestion, there's going to be, it's a growing ground for disease. And that's just what you're going to have to deal with, is disease. And you're going to have to manage for it through vaccinations and good management of your feeds and nutrition, and bring good cattle in, and you'll have a lot less problems. Well, I look at our world today, back in Grandma Betty's day. I've been talking about Grandma Betty, 100 years old. Back in the days when everybody's spread out in this country and all those things, there wasn't much sickness or disease. There was some. But then now when I look at the big cities and the congregation and how much we commingle with each other, it really changes the dynamics of disease. And the only way to really prevent it is to have an immune system built up enough to fight it, because you're going to get up against it. So whether it be COVID or the flu or colds or whatever, these days we're going to have a bunch more of it because we are so commingled. And even if you don't live in the big city, yesterday I went to town and got my truck serviced, and I'm getting ready to go to Arizona, so I got my semi all worked over and everything ready to go, and went and did some things. So I was around a lot of different people. So I think I probably had a chance of getting some bugs in my system. Now, before that, I'd been here, and the only place I'd been to the store, and there's not very many people in there. So that's it really changed things yesterday. So with your lifestyle, whatever you do, whether you're around a lot of people or not, you're going to get exposed to some bugs or viruses or something. So you better have a strong immune system. The thing that I think is so important, whether you vaccinate or not vaccinate, that's up to you. I am vaccinated because I was going to Canada, and to go to Canada, you had to get vaccinated, so I did. And then the sickness broke out so much in Canada, I couldn't go anyway, so now I'm vaccinated. Tammy's vaccinated. She's kind of a non-vaccinator, but she's vaccinated with her cancer. So I'm not for or against vaccination, whatever you believe there or whatever not. A good friend of mine that is a vet and worked for a pharmaceutical company, they had a mandatory vaccination thing. You know, you can imagine a vaccination of pharmaceutical company would probably feel pretty strongly about vaccinations. Well, he was a veterinarian and has vaccinated lots of animals, but he didn't want to be told to be vaccinated. And whether he believed in it or not, I don't know. But he didn't like having somebody say you have to do something, and so he took early retirement. And I think that's just really an interesting thing. So it's a real personal choice. And I don't like somebody telling me what to do either, but if I decide to do it, I'll do it. But you, me, we've got to have a strong immune system, whether it's through vaccination or living a good quality life and putting good ingredients into your body and not using those ingredients up through too much stress and your immune system overdoing so it doesn't have the chance to fight once you get there, just like an animal in a feed yard. Now, I got 6 head of cattle around here. They were vaccinated when we branded them, but they haven't had a lot. I mean, it was just a plain old simple 6-way or 7-way or whatever, nothing fancy. And they're out here. There's no cattle anywhere around them. They have lots of feed. They have lots of minerals and salt and plenty of water, so they should be good. They shouldn't get sick. Now, I had that one calf that some of you know about that was pretty sickly. Thought he was going to die, and I doctored him. Well, I did treat him with an antibiotic, a good antibiotic, strong one. 3 times I did. And then she finally kicked it, and now she's as healthy. I don't think you can pick her out from the other 6. I'll have to take a picture of her and show you. So there's a few things that I think you really got to eat right. And what's eating right? That's up to you too. Obesity. That's a place with COVID that's really struck a bunch. I was at a barber in Mexico. One time I couldn't get to my barber. I went to my barber in Billings yesterday, got a good haircut. Austin, he's the man. I love going there to the barber shop. That's where I probably got it. Really lots of disease bugs there, because everybody in the world goes in and out of that place. But it's a good place for conversation. I met an old buddy, Don Tomlin. He was in there, and we talked about back in the days of Puckett and Brannaman's. We were roping and branding calves, and we talked lots of good stories. And everybody in there is I love going to the barber shop just for the BS. And Austin's a good guy, and he's always got something fun to say. And it's a real country place, and it's a real traditional thing. And you know, a barber shouldn't call himself a barber unless he hot shaves you, and that's what you'll get done there. So that's one of the things I really enjoy, going to the barber. So anyway, lots of things happened there yesterday, but I don't know where I was going with that, but I do like the barber. So I come home here, and back to Mexico. The guy made me wear a mask in there, and it was last year. And the guy in Mexico said I had to wear a mask, and I asked him why COVID was so rampant in Mexico, why he thought it was, and he said it was the obesity. And he wasn't a big guy or not, but there's a lot of obesity around the country and the world, and I think that's something that you really, really got to think about. And you know, when we're out of shape and not eating right, our immune system can't work. And you know, in the feedlot we get cattle fat, but they only last for less than 2 years, or around 2 years, and then they're gone. So they don't have a chance to get those other diseases and sicknesses. So the closer you get them, the bigger you get them, the less chance of disease and risk there is. But it's kind of the opposite with humans. So we got to look at things, and I think it's just up to you to, you know, I don't think this is going away. We're more and more crowded, and we're commingling more and more, and things are happening, and people are doing things. And now we're like next week, Art of the Cowgirl. There'll be thousands of people there coming in and out and going from everywhere, and that's going to bring all these bugs from Canada, from everywhere, to Wickenburg or to Cave Creek, Arizona. And so people better have a strong immune system there, or they're going to get in trouble, and they'll get, and I'm sure people aren't going to be wearing masks, which I don't know if they work or don't. That's another debate that I don't know enough about to even worry about. I just know it's a pain in the butt putting it on and taking it off because my glasses get fogged up. But so I don't like to wear them, but, and a lot of people say they don't work anyway, so I don't know. But if they tell me to wear them, I'll wear them. When I fly somewhere, I got to wear them. But anyway, that's up to you too. So the whole thing is it's up to you, and I don't think it's going away. I think we're going to have more and more of these things, and you just got to take care of yourself. So it's all up to us and how we take care of ourselves and prepare ourselves for right now and for the future. And I think the kids of today, you know, they're probably going to get stronger immune systems built up as we go. Just those things are going to, our bodies will take care of it. And as long as they have the tools to fight it off, it's going to work. So I think that's something to really, really think about and plan for in the future, is more and more sickness and disease and how to cope with it and get your body ready to take care of it. So now what does that have to do with stockmanship? Well, it has everything to do with stockmanship, because if you don't feel good and you aren't healthy, you aren't going to be healthy enough to take care of your animals, and then your animals are going to suffer. So it's kind of a responsibility. If you have livestock or family, it's kind of your responsibility to do the right thing and take care of yourself and get yourself immune to these things. And you won't be immune to them, but you can fight them off. So that's a real important part of the future. And it's all about being prepared and getting, you know, can't do much about yesterday, but we can live today right, starting for tomorrow, and getting ready and preparing for the future. So there's a good story that a fellow that I studied a lot in the stockmanship world, he told about a fellow that sleeps when the wind blows. If you ever get a chance, you ought to, I don't know, I'm sure that's on the internet somewhere, but long story short is, the guy, there's a big windstorm coming, and his boss come in and said that they got to go out and get things ready because there's a big wind coming, and the fellow said, I sleep when the wind blows. And the boss is all ticked off, and he went out to get things ready, and the guy already had things prepared. He had the tarps all put down, and everything was ready for the big windstorm was coming before it got there. And that's the key to the story, is I sleep when the wind blows. So when the storm's here, it's pretty hard to get the tarps tied down, but if you've got it prepared before it gets here, then you can go ahead and take a little rest and sleep right through it. So that's the way we ought to do with this disease thing. So that's my thoughts for the day. I'll keep trying to do these things, even though I wonder why somebody listened to me, but hopefully it'll give you something to think about, and then you can make decisions on your own. So that's what all these things are about. I'm glad the old steerhead's in the background. I love this front porch, and it's a nice morning, and hope you'll take some time to enjoy your day and reflect and make some plans.